Okay, so let's see, let's make this reverse here. And hey, cats and kits, Captain Zorik here, known to folks in the Society for Creative Anachronism as Lord Airvold the Optimistic. I am also the Knight Marshal of Armored Combat in the Crown Province of Ostgardr of the East Kingdom of the Society for Creative Anachronism. Alright, so what's going on tonight? For once, we're not talking about my legal problems. We're not talking about getting bit by a dog. We're not talking about any of the... I'm not singing at a storytelling night or anything like that. This is the Facebook Live version of the Crown Province of Ostgardr's SCA Armored Combat Fighting Practice. Now, due to the whole coronavirus thing that's going on, social distance is the word of the day. So, rather than force people to get in their cars or subways and have to mingle with other human beings in order to actually hit each other with sticks, the objective tonight is to get yourself a good workout where not only are you working out your body, but you're also practicing the techniques needed for hitting people with sticks in the armored combat of the Society for Creative Anachronism. Now, we're going to use this old park here in Astoria, Queens. There's a whole basketball court here that is not being used, and there seems to be a light fixture over here and a bench. And so I can set my bag over there. The light will be shining on me. And I got some clear packing tape, and I'm going to tape this here superphone to this here fence right here. And hopefully that'll work. So just bear with me for a few moments while I do that. By the way, let me say hello to all of you who have tuned in already. Hello, Vid. Let's see, Stephen, Edward, Lori, Sarah, James, and Blaze. Thanks for tuning in so far. All right. Now, while I'm doing this, if you are planning on engaging in this with me, I recommend that you, I recommend that you wear comfortable clothing. In this day and age, this could be either, stretchy spandex or loose-fitting sweats, or loose-fitting Under Armour gear or something like that. Or if you are involved in any kind of armored combat sport, feel free to put on some or all of your armor, depending upon how much time you have and whether or not you feel like it. But don't put all of it on right away, because we're going to be doing some calisthenics first and some warm-ups, and it's going to be more comfortable for you to not be wearing armor while you're doing that. So, let's see if this will work here. Let's see. Alright, so we got this. And we got this. And if I do that, yeah, that ought to do. Okay. Yeah, that ought to show enough of my body if I set that right there. Alright. So, there we go. Let's try another piece of tape here. Okay, now, if people are wondering about my qualifications here, I have been doing SCA combat for over 30 years. Now, not everybody who's done it for over 30 years is any good at it, and there are plenty of people who are better than me. However, because for most of my life I've had the genetics that said, if you want to be average human strength, you're going to have to work out like a fiend, son. So, when it comes to doing anything that involves force, I really have to learn the technique and trust the physics. Trust the technique. Otherwise, it's not going to work for me. And the great thing about sword fighting, this sword fighting game, is that techniques and physics can make you hit as strong as well, not anyone else, but hard enough to win this game. So, Okay, so just so you know, I brought 3 sticks with me. This so that you can see how my fingers are done. This in case I want a little bit of extra weight or a second hand. And this just in case one of them breaks, but since you can't see my fingers, I don't want to use it on camera. So, first, let's get a little warm up here. So, we're just going to start small and get bigger. So, and start from the top and work to the bottom. Now you'll notice this thing, that's because I had rotator cuff surgery on this shoulder from when I tore my rotator cuff throwing a football while no one was looking, and so you don't have another Captain Zork Gets Hurt video. And then I increased the damage by fighting in the SCA and slipping in a mud puddle. So, oh yeah, and also probably the training for night fight that I didn't get into anyway. So so I'm going to be showing it with my left hand, which means you righties can pretend that I'm a mirror, while as you lefties, it's going to be like it's a reverse mirror. But anyway, so let's just loosen up the head there. Okay. All right, take a comfortable standing position, feet shoulder width apart, maybe a little wider than shoulder width. Okay, really loosen that up. Now, shoulders. All right, and rotate the shoulders back. All right, now with the arm out, rotate the elbow. That's going to rotate the shoulders too. You want to get the flexibility in the elbow there, and the other way. Okay, and now the hands. Let's get some, get those fingers going. All right. All right, now the elbows again, and now the arms, full arms. If you've got 2 healthy arms, use 2 healthy arms, and out the other way. All right, and clap, open, clap, open, clap, open, swing, swing it. Swing it from the waist, feel the waist, swing it from the hips, feel the hips. There you go. Loosen it out, loosen it out. There you go, shake your legs a little bit. Now, roll it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let it bounce just a little. Now, roll it back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to do everything in 8 counts here. Okay, now roll it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go to a full squat. Really get the flex in your knees there. Get the flex in your knees. There, nice and easy. Nice and easy. All right, bring it up. Feel the stretch in the back of the legs. Keep your hand on the floor or the back of your ankles if you have to. Feel the stretch in the shoulder blades. All right, then roll it back up again. All right, now over to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and up. And over to the other side. If you've got a functioning arm, use that one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And back up. And look behind yourself the hard way. And back up. Now, take your fingers and link them like this behind your back, and then bend over so that your knuckles are to the sky. I can't do that. You do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Now, before we do leg stretches, we're going to get the blood flowing here. Just jog in place. Just jog in place here. And punches. Just do some rights and lefts. Above. To the side. And high knees. And jog in place. And kick your butt. Get that blood flowing there. And jog in place. All right. Step it out and back. Get those feet moving. Now we're going to do 4 different kinds of jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 different kinds. So stay with me. We're going to do 10 counts of each. Ready? Standard jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now with your hands clapping in front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now running man, both feet on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now crossing hands and feet. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jog it out. Jog it out. All right. Now small little jumps. Forward and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, jog it out nice and easy. Now, jump up with your arms in front of you and bring your knees to your chest if you can. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, shake it out. All right. Now, let's do 10 squats any way you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, do 7 to 10 push-ups. Whatever is the easiest for you. I'm not going to be able to do all of them because I only have one hand. So, do what works for you. That was the first time I've ever done one-handed push-ups. Now, for some core, lie on your back, stick your feet in the air, and touch your toes. Wish I had a yoga mat. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stand up in base. Those of you who know Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu get the reference. Now, we're just going to do 2 more exercises. It's going to be really weird for me to do with one arm. These exercises break a whole bunch of rules for what you may think you're supposed to do in a squat or a push-up. But they work a whole bunch of muscles at the same time. And they're a great overall body exercise. And believe it or not, what I'm about to do first is great for the knees. So, Hindu squats. So, stand, feet about shoulder width apart, feet parallel forward, right? I should have put this a little lower. Can I cheat this lower? Cheat this lower so you can see the whole body? There you go. All right, so, fuck it. All right, now, standing there, right? Stand there with your arms out, palms down. Now, start to do a squat, but you're bringing your knees forward so that your butt stays over your heels and you're actually putting strain on your heels because your heels are going to want to come up, but you're going to try to let your legs stretch so that your heels don't. Force your heels down until I tell you otherwise, all right? And while you're doing this, move your hand to your back pocket like you're trying to pull something out of your back pocket. Now, when you cannot keep your heels on the ground anymore, don't. Lift your heels up, go all the way down. Swing your arms forward, press your heels into the ground, and go up. That's one. All right, let's do 10. And 1. First one was just for show. 2. Breathing's important. Breathe out when you go in, go down, in when you go up. 3. 4. Like a bellows, press the air out on the way down, bring it in on the way up. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. One more. 10. All right. Next, Hindu push-ups. I'm going to really suck at this because I only have one arm. But see if you can follow along. All right. Start in what yogis call downward dog. What those who aren't yogis call butt in the sky. All right. Here. Then you dive down. I cannot do this, so I'm going to do it on my knees. You do it with your knees up. You dive down and then swim up to this, right? And then you stick your butt back in the air. Off. That's 1. Dive down, swim up, off. That's 2. You know what? Since I'm going to suck so bad, I'm not going to let you try, so don't do that. Okay, we're going to move on a little. We're just going to cool down, stretch your legs now. So, feet a little wide now, arms up and inhale, down and let it out. Fall over. Feel the stretch in your hamstrings. Bring it up. And make it a little wider now. And do a lunge. Both toes pointing forward. Straight leg foot on the ground. Feel it on the inside of your thigh. All right? Now, turn that way. All right? Now, both of your toes are pointing that way. Trying to press your heel into the ground and keep your back leg straight. Back straight. Arms out and palm up. 10 little circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Arms forward. Arms down. Deep lunge. Feel it. Sink your hip into the ground. Really sink it there. All right? Keep the back leg straight. Next. Straighten up that front leg. All right, you feel a different stretch here. Now, to really work this, take the arm that's closer to me, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna have to delete some files someday. All right, hey Laura, good to see you. Now, stretch that way. Okay, and where were we? We're here, right. So we're doing this. So we're feeling the inside of this thigh here. All right, and we're turning. Deep lunge, straight back, arms out, and rotate them forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Forward, and lunge. I said lunge. There you go. Deep lunge, back leg straight, feel it. Right, straighten the leg. Okay, again, if you can move your arm, unlike me, take the arm that's closest to me, put it on the outside of the thigh, pull that shoulder blade. Good. Now, lunge to the side, toes up. Toes up so you're feeling your hamstring. And up. Alrighty then. So, we still on? Good, we're still on. So, what's next? Next, we're actually going to work on some sword techniques, so take some water if you need it. Okay. Now, if you don't have a sword, you can feel free to use a broomstick, a hammer, an axe handle, anything that's a paper towel roll, anything that's got a grip roughly enough that big, hand relative size. Okay. Now, there's a little trick. There's lots of different things to do with your fingers when you're swinging a sword. This is one of the things I learned, and by knowing this, then everything else can be said. It's just like that, except. All right. So, what this is, I call it milking the cow. Who here has ever milked a cow? Give me a thumbs up there if you've ever milked a cow. No one? Let's see. Anyone? Laura, Megan, Nicholas, Andrew, George, Diane, Robert, Daryl, Victoria, Daisy, Anna, Hunter, Eric, Chad, Brian, Antonio, Marco, Leonora, Roger, Marcus. Oh wow, there's too many of you out there. Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to delete some items off of this phone when we take another break. So, here we go. The way you milk a cow is you pinch off the teat, and then you squeeze the milk out of it just like that. 1, 2, 3. All right, and you notice what that did when you just close your fingers is it pulls the sword forward. All right, it's almost magic, and you didn't have to do a whole lot of work. It's physics, it's math. I'll let you Stuyvesant grads figure that out. I know I'm a Stuyvesant grad myself, but just take your stick, take your sword, take your toilet paper roll, whatever it is you got there, and just do that. Just do that for a few minutes to remember how it's done. You can even throw in a little wrist action there, okay? Now, you're going to need a lot more than just this to actually kill somebody in our game, but if you put this into your technique, then that'll take a lot of work out of something else, okay? Now, this is kind of like the same kind of move as if you were turning a door handle, right? You know, not a knob, but a door handle. It's kind of like turning a door handle, right? So, I want you to take a fighter pose. Now, I don't have time, and you're not there, so I can't adjust your bodies, but a decent fighter pose to begin with. If you're a boxer or a kung fu or karate or have any other kind of martial arts, fight sport experience, think that your power hand is going to be behind you and your weak hand is going to be in front of you. Your feet, try not to put them in a straight line, because then you'll trip yourself up when you try to move forward. Put one a little bit in front of you towards your power side, and the other one in front of you towards your weak side. Have the back toe pointing a little bit forward. The front toe could be straight on, could be a little bit to the inside there. And now, put your imaginary sword on your shoulder. Put your real sword down, right? And just hold it like you've been holding it, and milk the cow or turn that door handle. Just do that with your hand, all right? I just want to see you do that with your hand. I want to see it, but I can't see it because I'm here and you're there, all right? But now don't just turn just your hand. Bring the elbow forward when you do it. Boom. Okay? Leave your hand close to your neck and just bring that elbow forward, so that as the elbow comes forward, your hand naturally is going to twist and turn that door handle, or squirt yourself in the face if you're holding a cow. All right? Just do that. Just do that a few times and feel actually that by doing that, there's some power built up there when you bring the elbow forward and let the hand close. When you bring the elbow forward and let the hand close, you're bringing power to the game. Feel that, all right? Now, just for fun, take the top part of your torso, your shoulders, right, from your chest up, and turn that, and let that be what turns your elbow, okay? Keep your hand near your face. Your hand is going to come in front of your face because your shoulders are turning. Don't swing anything, just turn your shoulders, all right? And let the elbow come forward. The elbow come forward like you were hitting them with the elbow, and you're turning that door handle. Now, let's see what happens if we use our waist, our lower back, our core, and let our whole upper torso turn. Just feel that. I want you to get used to all these sensations, all right? There you go. Just twist the upper body, okay? Twist the upper body from the waist. Feel how that feels different from trying to twist the shoulders or just moving the elbow on its own, all right? Now let's incorporate more of the body into it. Let's use our hips, okay? Those of you who have done this before, feel free to keep on doing the reps as I explain it to the new ones, all right? Now, just move your hips, all right? Just twist your hips, all right? Now, add to the twisting of the hips the fact that you're starting with your elbow out behind you and your hand by your ear, okay? And then, boom, let your hips be what propels your elbow forward and spins your hand around as you close the door handle, or squirt yourself in the face if you're holding a cow, all right? Now, watch this. What if you were to push off the planet with your back leg, and that push off the planet is what pushes your hip, which pushes your lower back, which brings the shoulder along, which sends the elbow forward, which twists your hand, all right? We're putting it all together. Bam! My arm almost straightened and I didn't even try. I'm just gonna pretend for a second that your opponent is so close you can smell his breakfast. Bam! See, I didn't have to use any arm at all, hardly, to get anything out of this. All right, now just do it nice and easy. Just get an easy flow into this. Pushing off the ground, through your leg, through your hip, through your shoulder, through your elbow, through your hand, and hey, if you really want to have fun, take your opposite shoulder blade and pull back with that at the same time. Man, my arm just wants to go forward. I have to fight to not put it forward, so let's not fight to not put it forward. Actually, boom. Let your arm go forward. Boom. Now don't swing it like this. That's a thing, but that's not what I'm showing you tonight. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. So boom. It's like as if you were pushing someone in the chest, only your hand goes through his chest. You're kind of serving a bowl of soup there, all right? Now, if you have a stick, a sword, a pencil, a toilet paper roll, do it nice and slow, okay? Nice and slow. Boom. All right? Nice and slow. Boom. Nice and slow. Boom. Okay, and that's going to be our basic sword technique. All right? Now, feel free to do this and play with what parts of your body will most comfortable when you move them. That'll still get you that degree of force coming forward. You with me now? Okay, good. And swing. There you go. And good. And swing. There you go. Voicemail keeps stopping. Okay, I don't close app. I don't want a voicemail app. Okay, there we go. All right. Are you getting this? Somebody give me a thumbs up if you think you're getting this. Give me a thumbs up if you think you're getting this. There we go. Keep that blade horizontal and your hand on a straight line. There we go. All right, is that a comment there? Nope. Ah, there's a thumbs up. All right, there's another thumbs up. Okay, great. Yeah, these videos, these lost broadcasts and videos, that's tech problems on my end. Don't worry about it. Okay, so there it is. So that's our number one. Now there are millions of people. We're going to show you a million different ways to do it. And feel free to try their ways. Their ways might be better for you than me, than my ways. And sometimes it's good to know something really well so that way you can learn something new by learning what's different from what you already know from what is new. Okay then, So, shake it out. Take water if you got it. Any questions so far? Let's see. Hi, Christian, Sarah, Douglas, Miles, Roger, Marco, Jason, Mike. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Blaze, Daniel, Gavin, I hope you're still there. Blaze, Daisy, Robert, Jason, Andrew, Haley, John with a very long and unpronounceable last name. I'm sorry. Marcus, Roger, etc. Leonora, there you go. Okay, so, any questions here? Nope. Okay, we're going to move on then. Thumbs up. Good. Now, the toughest thing that I have to learn, that I've ever had, that I have to teach anybody, the most difficult thing to teach is how to hit them on the other side of the head. So, work with me here. The magic and what helps me understand the physics and teach the physics is to think that it's not about moving the hand with force. Some of their strongest blows, your hand won't move at all in space, up, down, right, left, forward, back. It'll turn over, but it may not move in space at all. What moves in space is the elbow. So you got a small circle in your shoulder and a small circle in your hand. So there's not a lot of effort in the shoulder, not a lot of effort in the hand, but you get a lot of force in the elbow. It's like a gear setup, right? So, you've done your number one. Now, I don't want to do, for the purpose of this demonstration, I don't want a full extension on your number one shot. Just right here, maybe like a mid-level extension, just so like, as if you were holding a bowl of soup just far enough away that you can't quite, well, if you had a long straw, you could suck the soup out. There you go. That's about how far as I want you to do it, and I want you to make sure your hand is flat and your sword is at mouth level, okay? So, one. There you go. Now, we've done that, right? And one. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to release those bottom three fingers there, and while we're doing it, we're going to start raising our elbow up. And we're going to turn our body over, and we're going to continue raising our elbow up, and we're going to let our hand flop over, squeeze at the last second, and hit them on the other side of the head. So, one, release, and over. Okay? Again, one, release, and over. Now notice I'm putting my body into it so I don't have to work my shoulder too hard. One, release, and over. Note that the hand doesn't move much. One, release, and over. Back on the shoulder. One, release, and over. And one, release, and over. And one, release, and over. Now we're going to do 1, 2, 1, 2. Show you how that works. One, over. 1, 2. So from 2, you just bring your elbow down, release your fingers, and close them again. Release your fingers and close them. Release your fingers and close them. Crank your elbow up. Crank your elbow down. Crank your elbow up. Crank your elbow down. If your shoulder's getting tired or your shoulder can't move that way, or if you think you're going to hurt your shoulder, compensate by moving your torso. And up. And down. Now I'm not there, so I can't physically put you in the perfect position. So if it hurts and it feels weird, don't do it that way. Find something comfortable. Alright? And when you get to fighter practice, we'll move your body like an action figure or an artist's model or something like that to help you find the right spot. Okay? But the essence of it is, the elbow goes up, the elbow comes down. The elbow goes up, the elbow comes down. Now make sure that when the elbow goes up, you're not hitting them with the flat. This isn't a tennis racket. Your hand goes over, like the Pepsi Summer Chill Out, if you remember 1990. Okay, so make sure your hand turns over. It's like your hand turned over. The Pepsi Summer Chill Out, right? Your hand turns over. Only when your hand turns over, the elbow turns over too. Boom. Or boom. 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 But it's really weird to do it without a sword because you don't have the momentum of the sword to help the motion. So, boom, boom. Now, what do you do with your hips? That's going to deal with a lot of factors. Right now, we're going to focus on, you move the back hip, your power hip. When you swing the sword forward, you're pushing that hip forward. When you swing the sword back, it's that hip that you're moving back. So that means you're kind of pushing off your back leg, and you're also pushing off, you're contracting the muscles to push your lead hip that way. So you're here and boom, all right, and twist and twist. Now I'm doing this flat-footed. My feet aren't really spinning in the ground like they could be, and that's pretty much a good thing, because if you can keep your feet on the ground, then you've got a better place than you're standing on your feet and not likely to be unbalanced on one foot. There's reasons. All right, so let's see. Hey, Chris. All right, so let's just do some 1-2 here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, now, I noticed myself something that was happening with my fingers. I was gripping more with the middle fingers, and when I'd be pulling mostly with the little finger. That's okay. There are, when you get into different learning from other people, they're going to tell you, hold it this way, hold it that way, pull with these fingers, those fingers, those fingers. Right now, we're just getting exercise. And remember, if someone shows you different, you can say, oh, it's just like that, except. And if it works, keep it. But until then, just for today, the essence being, you're using your fingers to get that snap. Try to turn that door handle, and we're using our body to allow our body to move in a comfortable place. 2, 1, 2. 5 more sets. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and relax. Shake it out. Somebody sent me a message and I missed it. Oh well. So shake it out, take water if you need it. Shake out your legs, you've been standing on them. All right. It's getting to be a lovely night out here. By the way, it's this sort of work that we do in McCarran Park on Tuesday nights, right about this time, 7 to 10 p.m. McCarran Park's in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. We do it, the nearest intersection is Driggs Avenue and Union Avenue at the entrance to the park right there. But Union Avenue is a no-cars avenue for that block there, just a heads up, so come by Driggs. Driggs is a two-way street there. Parking can usually be found within a block, maybe a block and a half. And right near that entrance, as you go into the right, there's a big old tree in the right field foul territory of the lit up ball field there. And I just lost the cap to my water. So, now, what if the guy's got a perfect defense and is blocking their head perfectly as you're going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, hit him in the leg. Now, how do you hit him in the leg? Well, here's the thing about the game we're playing, and here's where rules sometimes intersect with what would be a real-life effective move. In the Society for Creative Anachronism, you're not allowed to hit somebody in the knee or lower than the knee. You've got an inch above the knee and down is out. So, you do not want to do this trick. Look, I'm going to hit you high. No, I'm not. Boom. See, you do not want to break your wrist like that, because that winds up hitting in the knee. And if your hand is lower because your arm's tired, you could hit him in the ankle. Not only is that illegal, that's dangerous. Not everybody wears shin guards, not everybody wears ankle guards, and you could hurt somebody, and they will take away your fighter's authorization card and tell you to sit down, and you'll have to retrain yourself. So, do not bend your arm and break your wrist. Instead, just like how this shot is a straight line, the shot to the leg is likewise a straight line. So, if you're up here, just shoot a straight line down. And when you're done, your palm is horizontal, palm up, so that your blade is no lower than your wrist, maybe just a little lower. But that way, you won't hit him in the knee. So he blocks it with a shield if he's good enough. Then from there, you go and hit him somewhere else. But the point being, better he blocks it than you hit him in the knee. So, from here, straight down. Okay? Let's just try that. From the shoulder, straight down. Okay, now by the way, I'm doing it from the shoulder because it's easy. Some people fight from the shoulder, some people fight from here, whatever. Just work with us. This is a practice. Boom. All right? Let's do that leg shot. Boom. All right, take your stance and boom. Here we go. Unfold your arm. Use your hip to turn your elbow. Boom. And unfold your arm so your hand's in a straight line. Boom. Got that? Boom. All right, who's got it? Somebody give me a thumbs up there. All right. Boom. Boom. Okay. Remember, you're using your fingers there. Remember the milk and the cow, turning the door handle thing. Boom. Okay, I think I see a thumbs up there. Well, I bet you're wondering now, how do we take this from a 1 or a 2? Yeah, there's a thumbs up. Hey, John, always, whoop, losing balance here. Always count on me. All right, there you go. Keep morale up. You gotcha. All right, so, well, we've done our number 1, right? And we've done our number 2. Now our elbow is up. All we do is bring our elbow down. Ow. Okay, don't do that. I'm going to stop talking about it. I'm just going to do it. 1, 2, boom. There it is. 2, boom. What I did not do was I did not bring it back to my shoulder. Not to say I couldn't, but I didn't have to because it saves time if I don't. So we've done 1, right? We release, we crank the elbow up. 2, we leave the hand where it is when we bring the elbow down, and then we straighten the arm. So it's boom. The hand actually goes down like an elevator. Watch this. 1, 2, 3. So you're not bringing your hand down in a swooping move. That takes time. Wears you out, gives you tennis elbow. 1, 2, 3. Got that? Do it with me. And 1, 2, 3. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. Remember, your flat snap is horizontal, hand near your teeth. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Hand horizontal, palm up at the finish so that your knee, you don't hit the other guy in the knee. Up again. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. One more time. And 1, 2, 3. Watch how now this time watch my hips. You notice, hips spin forward. Hips go back. Hips go forward. I shouldn't say hips, I should say the power hip. And by forward, I kind of mean towards where the chest is facing. And by back, I mean towards where the back is facing or where it should be facing. So, forward, back, forward, and hips forward, back, forward, power hip, power hip forward, power hip back, power hip forward. One more time. Power hip forward, power hip back, power hip forward. Shake it out. All right. Just long enough, because now we're going to try to do it without making it choppy. We're going to make it one smooth motion. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 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 and but Zorik, you're wondering, you got your arm in a sling, so that forces you to hold it where it is. Where should I hold my other arm? Okay, I like to say the chicken wing, all right, because the most comfortable position to hold a shield for me, if you've got a shield strapped on your arm, is to hold it in chicken wing like this with your forearm kind of vertical, so that way most of the weight doesn't go on your bicep and these muscles that hold your forearm up, but rather on your shoulder, which is a big strong muscle, and your trapezius and all that there. And you can even rest your elbow on your hip when holding a shield. So, might use this as a practice position of default. If you already have a way that you like to hold your shield, go ahead and do that. If you use a different shield, kind of shield than the one I'm describing, it'll be just like this, only different. So, by default, hold it up here. And 1, 2, 3, 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 and shake it out. Now, let's see, how are we doing on time here? Anybody know what time it is out there? Shit, this is my phone is my timepiece, and I can't see the clock on it. Somebody comment and tell me what time it is. All right, we're going to move on to how to hit him in the other leg, and then we'll have 4, and then we're going to show the silly walk, and then I think that'll be good for one night. So, we've got our... How do you get a sword to the opposite side of your body and below the other guy's waist? There's a million ways of doing it. So let's just work with me. 7:56. Okay. Wow, it's been almost an hour. Thanks, Gavin. All right. So there's a million ways of doing it. Here's the way I'm going to teach you. It involves a little feint, and it involves a lot of body motion. So you've got your sword. Let's just say your sword is over here on your shoulder, right? You're going to take your hand and you're going to put it all the way across your chest. Sword vertical, right? Then you're going to bring your sword horizontal, and then you're going to twist your hip into it. Okay? So, if we've got our sword here, we use our hips to twist our power hip forward. Boom. And we take our arm across our face and put it over here. Then we're going to bring it down to where it's horizontal, and then twist our power hip back. Bam. All right? So let's try it again. Over here, down, bam. And over here, down, bam. This isn't going to work for hitting every single person you ever meet in the leg every time. There's reasons for that. I'm not going to go into it. There are plenty of other ways to hit them on the other side of the leg. I'm showing this to you for a reason for the exercise. Okay. So, across, down, hit, and up. Across, down, hit, and up. Across, down, hit, and up. Across, down, hip, and up. Across, down, hip, and up. Nice and smooth now. Across, down, hip, and up. Nice and smooth. Across, down, hip, and up. 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 Okay, so is that a note in there? Nope. Oh, hey, Lenny, and Peter and Greg, thanks for joining us. Okay, so why did I teach you a fourth blow? So that you can do this particular form. It's like a kata. You're almost never going to do this in fighting, but It gives you a movement vocabulary from which you can draw. And here is our kata. 1, 2, 3, across, down, hip. 4. Then to a hanging high guard, back to the shoulder, and to 1. So let's put that all together. Well, let's just take from 3 to 4, all right? 3, the leg shot, right? You're here. So how do we bring it to 4? We're going to have to fold our arm up, bring the sword across our face, and down. So, comes down, bang. So from here, we're going to have to use our fingers to get that sword back up here. All right? We're using our wrist here to get that sword back up. And we're turning our hand over at the same time without hitting ourselves in the head. We're pulling the sword back up, and then it comes down the other side. So we pull our sword back up, but before it comes down the other side, we're going to start putting our hip into it. So now remember, when we hit the number 3, we're already hips forward, right? So pulling it back, you can lean back with your torso a little, and then put your hip into it. Bam, wham. Okay, from the side. Bam, wham. Bam, wham. Hand almost doesn't move. Bam, wham. All right, let's put it all together now. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was a lousy number 3. My arm is getting tired. Shake it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 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 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Whew. I don't know about you, my forearm and hand's getting a little tired. Shake it out, take water if you need it. All right, so who here's got any of that? Andrew, Neil, how are you? Greg, Peter, Ethan, good to see all you folks joining me. Who else is out there? What was this message? Something went wrong, please try again. I'll try again later. Okay. All right. Lenny, oh, this is what I've been teaching your husband, Lenny. Gavin, John, Amy, John, Bernie, I believe those are Chinese letters that I can't read. Fedor, Chris, Vilna, Vinny, how the heck are you? Robert, hey, my first ever Seneschal. Kenneth, James, how you been? Christian, Sarah, Doug, how are you, Doug? Hey, sucks about Big Apple Con. By the way, those of you who are fans of the Big Apple Comic Con, like everything else in the universe, postponed due to this whole coronavirus thing. Roger, Marco, Jason, Mike, Blaze, Daniel, Gavin, Blaze, Daisy, and now names are repeating each other. Jason, Andrew, Haley, and I wouldn't be surprised if some of you people have moved on from this already, but that's okay. So now that you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe some of it you've got more than others, but I want to put it all together with just a little bit of footwork. Now, it is unlikely that you're ever going to actually move in a fight in the exact way that I'm going to show you right now. However, certain principles of these movements will apply, and the way that you move your whole body together, if you can coordinate your whole body, then you can put the maximum force into an impact, and you can be balanced all the time. No one will knock you off your feet. However, Life's not like that. So, one neat thing about what I've shown you is that not everything has to use your whole body. Sure. Okay, we're back. I showed you how you can put your whole body into a killer blow, but I also showed you how you can do it with just your arm and your hand. Bang. Just doing that, bang, without using anything else in your body, can deliver a blow hard enough to kill somebody in the SCA and dent steel with rattan. Bang. I didn't use any hip, I didn't use any back, I didn't use anything of coming out of the ground. You can do it while you're flying through the air, while you're sitting on your knees. And you may be flying through the air, you may be sitting on your knees, you may not have a chance to plant that back foot. But if you do have a chance to plant your back foot, if you can control the fight in such a way as to plant the back foot, know when to plant that back foot in the right time because you paced the fight and paced his movement just right, that's a beautiful thing. So, let's learn how to use our whole body, or one way in which we can use our whole body. So, this is Sir Edward Slowrock. Now, you got your sword, you got your feet. You can be straight on. You can put your sword shoulder a little bit back. Let's see, I'm going to walk out of the frame if I do that. So I'm going to try to do this at an angle. All right. So when you do your number one, you step forward with your right foot. When you do your number two, you step forward with your left foot. See how that naturally brings your hips where you've been training to do it. Now, to do your number three, you rock back onto your right foot. Boom. And then, oh wow, that's a wrap. I wonder if I can get it. Oh, and then when you do number four, you rock forward on your lead foot. Boom. I've been saying right, oh, it's my left. I mean to say the power foot. Whatever your sword foot is. I'm just going to say sword foot and shield foot, okay? So let's try that again. You step forward on your sword foot when you do number one. You step forward on your shield foot when you do number two. You rock back on your sword foot when you do number three. You rock forward on your shield foot when you do number four. And then hanging high guard, and it's right forward, left forward, right back, left forward. So, let's take it from back here. So, try this with me now. Number one, right forward. Number two, left forward. Number three, right back. Number four, left forward. Hanging high guard. One, right forward. Two, left forward. Three, right back. Four, left forward. Hanging high guard. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And again. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. I did that wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, we're going to do that slower this time. Okay. Anybody got that yet? Feel free to throw a thumbs up there if you got that. All right. Let me just see what's the latest here. Okay. Ryan, how the hell are you? Haven't seen you in a day's age. Seiko, Paula, S.A. Rudy. Okay, join me. We're going to do that again slowly now, and the purpose for doing it slowly, no matter how good you are at it, is to concentrate on every single muscle. Give you the time to think, oh, I should use this to get that there, and figure out what's comfortable, what's difficult, what works. Going to do it nice and slow. And really concentrate so that every motion is controlled by muscle rather than just throwing it out there. Two, three, and four, and one. Okay, how you guys feeling about that? Are you guys getting it? Somebody throw me a thumbs up there if they're getting it. Somebody throw me up a wow or somebody throw up one of those tears falling if you're not getting it yet. Okay, so all right, what's that there? That's a thumbs up. Okay, you're getting it. Anyone else? Anyone? Throw me up one of those tears falling if you're not getting it. Just let me know, and I'll see if I can't figure out what you need more getting. But let's just do it all together. We're going to take up the pace just a little bit. There's another thumbs up. Thank you. We're going to pick up the pace just a little bit here, but nice and easy. Don't go. One thing we'll want to avoid, I mean, you may need to do it while you're trying to learn it, but try to avoid the following, which is, what's that? Just hard to do in a New York City apartment, right? Okay, try maybe walking in place, taking small steps. All right, anyway, you don't want to be like the monster that stopped Tokyo. 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to be gliding like you're doing Tai Chi and Jello or something. Okay, so it's all one nice smooth motion. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I haven't decided whether it's better to do it heel, toe, or toe, heel, or maybe heel, toe going forward and toe, heel going back. Experiment. All right, so. Yeah.
I want to challenge you. I'm going to go home and get my sword. And I'll be back. You going to be here in a half an hour?
Probably not. What's your sword made out of?
It's made out of titanium metal.
Okay, sorry. I only fight with rattan, and I only do it in armor, and I'm injured. So I don't have my armor, you don't have rattan, and it wouldn't be a fair fight.
I don't do the sword. I'm just kidding. I've never seen this before. What is this?
Well, right now it's a live stream, but that's my phone camera there. This is sword technique as used in a club called the Society for Creative Anachronism. It's inspired by what was used by knights in the Middle Ages, and this is a great place for me to give a plug for where we practice it when we don't have coronavirus outbreaks. McCarran Park in Williamsburg, Tuesday nights from 7 to 10 p.m. If you don't have armor, if you don't have weapons, we've got plenty of sticks that we can loan you. And swords are not the only weapons that we use. Maces, axes, a variety of pole arms, swords of many lengths and used by more than one hand even. So, and we do have a limited amount of loaner armor, and we can help you get and build your own. And this is all part of a full-service cultural organization in which we have events where everyone takes on the persona of someone who might have existed sometime between the fall of Rome and the English Civil War. And we wear the clothes, walk the walk, talk the talk, eat the food, sing the songs, make up the songs, make the food. And it's really awesome. SCA.org is the website. New York City is known as the Crown Province of Ostgardr, so look that up on Facebook, Ostgardr. There's also a URL with that name in it somewhere. And we're going to move on now. So, all right. Anywho, so, hey Blaze, thanks for sticking around. Hey Jamie, hey Cormac. Cormac, how the heck are you? Different kind of dancing for you. Okay, so, having done, we're going to do one more silly walk, but then we're going to break out of those specific steps, and I'll show you how we're going to freeform it a little bit. A shorter silly walk, so I'm going to back up just a little bit. Now, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2. Do it with me. 3 and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now from here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. What I want you to do now is keep on throwing shots left and right, and it doesn't even matter if you're doing 1, 2, 3, 4. It could be 1, 4, 2. It could be 1, 4, 3, 2, and you can rock back and forth instead of just forward and back. Okay, hey Pete, yeah, I remember you. All right, so. Yeah, and I'm still living in that place where you threw the knife into my floor. Okay, so we're going to do one silly walk, and then we're going to break into free form, okay? And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, and rest. Okay. So, what time we got here? Is it pushing 8:30 yet? Okay. Well, I hope everybody got some good exercise here. Let's just do a little warm down now. cool down, because you probably got some tenseness in your trapezoids, soreness in your shoulders, hands, elbows. You've been walking around a little bit, so let's just cool it down here all together now. So, all right, what's that? 11 minutes until 8:30. Okay, so let's just start by rolling that head around, so we're stretching those trapezoids here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, stretch out those trapezoids. And the other way. 2, 3, 4. There you go. All right, roll it down. On an exhale, roll it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just let it hang. Rock it a little bit. Back and forth, you know, kind of like an elephant. All right, go over to one side. Move the other side. Go forward again. Roll it back. Squatch it down. There you go. Stretch out those knees. Stand it up. Stretch out the hamstrings. And roll it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take it over to one side. And up. Take it over to the other side. Take it back. Clasp your fingers like this behind your back and put your knuckles to the ceiling. Okay, now I'm not going to do anything on the floor because the floor is uncomfortable here, but take this one arm, there you go, stretch it out. Take the other arm. Roll your shoulders. There you go, just shake it all out. Shake out your legs. Shake out your body. There you go. All right, now get yourself some more water. If you've got any kind of recovery drink that you prefer, go ahead and use it. Replace your electrolytes. Add some protein. Now, if you've got a solid object where you're at, preferably a padded solid object, something that serves the principle of a punching bag or a Pell, go ahead, practice these moves, and really get that squeeze in and hit it like you're trying to hit it. Use proper technique, start it slowly so that you can make all your mistakes while you're moving slowly so that you get it right when you're moving fast, and then work on targeting. Target slow so that you can figure out which muscles you have to move to hit it right. Now, feel free to save all this, rework it, and if you want to, if we don't have an in-person fighter practice again, put in the comments what you got out of this. Put in the comments what you wish you'd gotten out of this. I'll take that into consideration. We'll do this again next week. And in the meantime, I'm going to try to see if I can't pull some of the loaner gear out of storage, fix it up a little bit, so that we'll all be ready to go, start physical therapy, either Wednesday or when the health crisis breaks, whichever comes first or last. And in about a year, I'm supposed to be able to be, fully functional again. So in the meantime, I'm just going to keep on teaching with my left hand and learning as I teach. So, this has been Captain Zorik, known in the Society for Creative Anachronism as Lord Ervald Lacoudre Edwardson the Optimistic. I am the Knight Marshal, bad hair, of Armored Combat in the Crown Province of Ostgardr in the Society for Creative Anachronism. This has been the Tuesday night fighter practice for the New York chapter, the Crown Province of Ostgardr, being held here in this Hoyt playground right by the, Astoria Boulevard subway station of the N&W train. Again, put in the comments what you liked, put in the comments what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of, and I'll see you all next week. Captain Zorik, coming at you. Finish.